From Delaware's most award-winning radio news team, this is WDEL Video News. Here's Chris Carl.
Among Delaware's top stories for Friday, December 20th, trying to stem the rising tide of home foreclosures. A new plan for responsible development in Wilmington. And Santa makes a special visit. Here are the details. Delaware, like most of the country, is seeing the number of mortgage foreclosures climb. But as WDEL's Carl Konevsky reports, some possible solutions to the problem are on the way.
Lieutenant Governor John Carney created the foreclosure task force in October in response to the increasing incidents. Carney says delinquencies and foreclosures are normal parts of the lending process, but have recently escalated out of control.
This year, just in the first 2 quarters, there were 2,510 that were in the foreclosure process, and that's a 90% increase over the first two quarters of last year, which was 1,315 in 2006.
The task force broke down the number of foreclosures by zip code, with Wilmington Mayor Jim Baker reminding everyone this is a statewide problem.
The city has its problems, but when you look at the zip codes, the county really is going to see some problems there, and I think that somebody going south along the 40 corridor and all in that area is really going to see a lot of problems.
The task force's interim report outlines 3 recommendations, including adding $720,000 to the Delaware Mortgage Assistance Program, paying to hire additional housing counselors, and creating a fund for outreach and education. Reporting from Wilmington, I'm Carl Konevsky, 1150 AM, WDEL.
County police are looking for the driver of a white pickup truck who may know something about the suspect in a Centerville murder. Witnesses say the white truck was traveling north on Centerville Road December 10th when another vehicle traveling in the opposite direction nearly hit it, causing the driver to swerve off the roadway. Police later found the body of a 35-year-old Belvedere man lying in the road. He had been shot and may have been involved in a traffic crash before being shot. Police would like to talk to the operator of the white pickup truck, not as a suspect, but hopefully as a helpful person in the murder investigation. Found a puppy stolen from a Hockessin pet store. Filed charges against 2 teens. A 15-year-old Hockessin girl and a 16-year-old girl from Mill Creek are facing misdemeanor counts of theft of a dog and conspiracy. Police are still looking for another puppy stolen from the same store in November. Coming up, a case of stranger danger in Christiana. WDEL News continues in a moment.
As you look for your college experience, make sure you look at Wilmington College, your key to success.
County police are looking for a man who tried to lure an 11-year-old girl into his car as she walked home from school. It happened Tuesday near Jones Elementary in Christiana. The suspect said hello and come here to the girl, but she smartly ran away. Another retailer at Wilmington's Christina Riverfront is closing up shop. The Blair Factory Store plans to close at the end of January. It's the second major tenant to leave the shipyard shops in about a year. The LL Bean Factory Store closed at the beginning of the year. The head of the Riverfront Development Corporation, Mike Przicki, says the agency is saddened by the announcement, but not surprised. While development at other parts of the riverfront appears strong, business at the retail complex has lagged. Wilmington City Council passes a development plan for Delaware Avenue, Bancroft Parkway. WDEL's Erica Guidetti reports.
The City Council passed a development plan for Delaware Avenue, Bancroft Parkway area of the city. This resolution was a revision to the citywide land use plan to help allow future growth but consider the desires and concerns of the community. Resolution sponsor Councilman Cam Hay says this will allow development in a desirable manner.
Like I said, none of us are against development. We want economic development for the city. We want more people to move into the city. Our philosophy, however, is you have to create a more attractive place for people to live and work.
Hay also says if development is not controlled, the city will end up with big empty buildings instead of an attractive, well-proportioned neighborhood. City resident Tom Noyes is happy with the plan and says it helps protect the community.
Protects us from unwanted changes and inappropriate changes like high-rise buildings next to row houses. It eliminates manufacturing and commercial uses that zoning for commercial and manufacturing that simply is not appropriate for the community anymore.
Reporting from Wilmington, I'm Erica Guidetti, 1150 AM WDEL.
Wilmington City Council has approved the installation of 5 additional red light cameras in the city. The fine for running a red light at a camera location is $75. Under the new deal with the camera supplier, the city will keep a larger share of the money collected from red light fines. Councilman Kevin Kelly says the share paid to the company will fall from 58% to 38%. The 5 new cameras are expected to be installed in the spring. Going somewhere this weekend, pack yourself an emergency kit with food and supplies, especially if you're traveling with kids. That's advice from AAA Mid-Atlantic, who says 70% of Delawareans will be traveling to holiday destinations between today and Sunday. Santa Claus came to town early, but don't worry, he promises he'll be back. WDEL's Lee St. John reports.
The jolly old elf stopped by the Newcastle Airport, home of the Delaware Air National Guard, Thursday as part of his survey of the skies, a reconnaissance flight and practice run for his more talked-about sojourn on Christmas Eve. The 166th Airlift Wing had only a few hours' notice to prepare for their distinguished visitor, having received priority notification from NORAD late on Wednesday. But Delaware Guard Commander Major General Frank Vavilow was able to clear his schedule to welcome Santa, and Colonel John Groff handed over command of the base to the famed aviator for the duration of his visit. For a man accustomed to flying a sleigh at an average speed of around 10,000 miles an hour, Santa says being at the stick of a C-130 is quite a change of pace. He says his recon flight is especially necessary in places like Newcastle County.
There's a lot more houses than what there were 2 or 3 years ago. So we do the survey every year so that we know where the houses are and we know where to go so we don't miss any of the boys and girls.
After receiving updates from maintenance and recruiting, Acting Commander Claus made his way to the mess hall for a pizza party with a few of the families of Guard members who are currently deployed overseas. He, of course, had gifts for all the good boys and girls and a surprise for everyone, a phone call from their loved ones.
I heard you had to skip school today, huh?
Uh-huh. Yeah, he got lucky today, honey. Santa got me a present.
At the end of the operation, Santa climbed back aboard the C-130 and took off for an undisclosed location. However, just before it disappeared from sight, the plane made a definite turn to the north. Reporting from the Delaware Air National Guard base at the Newcastle County Airport, Lee St. John, 1150 AM, WDEL.
The Phillies signed a couple of players. WDEL Sports in your Delaware AccuWeather forecast coming up.
When it comes to flooring, great style doesn't have to be expensive, especially when you shop at Carpet One Floor & Home. Our 1,000-store buying power gives you the best prices on hardwood, carpet, tile, laminate, and more, including brands you'll find exclusively at Carpet One Floor & Home, like Liz Claiborne Home, Good Housekeeping with Resista, and Lee's, all with guaranteed installation and no payments for 1 year. See how easy it is to find your perfect style. Shop in store, online, or in-home, only at Carpet One Floor & Home.
WDEL Sports, the Phillies have signed 2 veterans to free agent contracts. 33-year-old outfielder Jeff Jenkins signs a 2-year, $13 million deal. He hit .255 with 21 homers and 64 RBIs with Milwaukee last season. The Phillies also signing right-hander Chad Dermott to a 1-year deal for $900,000. He was 8-7 with a 4.72 ERA for Detroit last year. College basketball, California kept its perfect record at home with a 74-57 win over Delaware State. Roy Bright led the Hornets with 27 points, Delaware State dropping to 3-7. Your WDEL Delaware AccuWeather forecast, mostly cloudy today, a high of 44. Tonight, cloudy and damp, areas of fog and spotty drizzle, low 36. It continues through tomorrow with a high reaching 46. For Sunday, windy with rain and mild, a high of 62. Get news updates throughout the day. Delaware's top stories at the top of the hour on 1150 a.m. And get WDEL News text alerts sent to your cell phone. Sign up here at WDEL.com. I'm Chris Carl. Have a great weekend. Thanks for watching.